Who needs some more V8 jet ski in their life? I got V8 jet ski in my brain like a bad habit. When I go to sleep at night, I'm thinking about V8 jet ski. When I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking V8 jet ski. Wife asked me, what are you doing? I gotta buy parts, I gotta build custom parts. What do I gotta do next to get this thing out of the water? I've got a whole bunch of parts ordered and on their way for this particular project, and we're gonna see what parts roll in during the course of this video. Jacob's in here doing work on his stand-up ski. I'm opening this box. Should I stop him? Like that. Oh, wow. There it is, Speedmaster fuel cell for this. I could have got like the Chinesium ones that are like half the price, but I get tired of dealing with really crappy stuff sometimes.
Sometimes you gotta pay to play.
It does not fit. I just gotta remove these and then it should fit. This aluminum box here, I'm calling it a fuel cell. It is the replacement for the plastic fuel tank in the jet ski. This thing is still kind of a tight fit, so I'm gonna do some slight modification. It does have these little mounting flanges on it, and I'm just gonna cut the front ones off so that the fuel tank can slide forward a little bit more. I'm not gonna be using these mounting tabs that are provided on the fuel cell because the jet ski already has provisions for straps to go over the fuel cell. And for those of you not super well versed in fuel cell stuff, that's just the two basic ways of mounting them, through the little tabs there, or to get a set of straps and strap them down. And it's easier for me to run the straps because the jet ski already has provisions for the straps installed, which means less drilling of holes, and less holes in jet ski equals more better. Now I've got the fuel cell set in there, so we're good on that. It can be moved forward or backward depending on setup requirements when it's all done. I've got these that I don't think I've showed you guys yet. Front and rear motor plates. I'm gonna take this fuel cell out for now. I'm gonna box it up, set it aside, and likely won't be doing too much with this fuel cell until we're getting ready for the final install. Taking the valve covers off so that I can do something with them, but I'm gonna show you that later in the video. There it is set up with the front and rear motor plates. And what these are motor mounts, really. So we're gonna basically cut them down to fit inside the hull. And then we're gonna, figure out how we're gonna bolt them to the hull as well. More parts coming in. Oh yeah, this thing. Kind of forgot I ordered that. That goes along with this. The FCR pump. I used the other one of these on the GPR SHO build. Kind of forgot about that. Haven't seen this kind of tape in a while. Aha! Nice. This is a part for my gearbox thing that I'm building. It'll be like the input or the output shaft for the gearbox. And this is a shaft out of a quick change rear end. So maybe some of you will realize the direction I'm going with this. Oh, those are some beefy gears. I ended up going with the gears because I wanted something a little bit more substantial than the bicycle chain we were originally going to run. We were never going to run bicycle chain. We would have run motorcycle sprockets and chain, maybe double them up for this. The idea of a chain spinning around, they break, they whip all over the place and break stuff. Motorcycle chain and sprockets is rated to hold a certain amount of horsepower and torque. I'm assuming that these gears are designed to withstand a fair bit more horsepower and torque than a chain and sprocket setup. You might recognize these as quick change rear end gears. They go onto the quick change shaft, go onto the shaft like that, and this one will be here on another shaft. They turn like so. I'm getting some more gears for this setup, so I can have a gear here, drives this gear, so they can both spin the same direction. You line them up directly and they'll spin opposite directions, which will not work for how we have this set up. Can't go like this because otherwise we'll get reverse rotation. We have to have idler gears so that this gear will spin the same direction as this gear. I have more gears on the way so that I can set this up properly, but just for visualization, you can imagine these are my idler gears. They won't be this big. They're gonna go like that, and this will go like that. And then we'll have double the gear mesh from this gear to this gear, which should help with the strength of the unit as well. When it's done, it'll look something like this. I wouldn't need these idler gears if I just switched the engine around. Then I could just direct drive like this and have the shafts spin opposite rotation. And that would be driving it off of the crankshaft pulley. My problem with running it off the front of the crankshaft is the front crankshaft is not designed to take all that much torque. I know that on supercharged engines, when you get to a certain amount of horsepower or a big enough supercharger, the crankshaft keyway has to have multiple keyways cut into it to hold the power that it takes to spin that supercharger. It's just not something that I want to deal with when running it through a gearbox and out to the jet pump unit. Bunch of parts here so I can kind of get an idea of how my transmission box or gearbox is going to go together. This is giving me a basic outline for the gearbox that I'm building for this machine. I'm trying to set it up so it's as compact as possible. These little foam pieces represent sheets of metal. These are just getting ideas going in my mind. This particular coupler bolts right up to the engine. When it's all said and done, the large gear will be on the engine side. This is all just kind of for mock-up purposes. This handy little coupler came with my engine and it unbolts off of there. And once it has this shaft attached to it, it'll bolt back on there. This shaft will slide into the gearbox and into this gear. I've talked about this briefly, but we are going to run a little bit of a gearbox on the back. We're just going to raise the engine up just a little bit. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is clearance off all the extra stuff off the valve covers for fitment when it's sitting up a little bit higher. Now the valve covers look like they have holes in them. They used to have these little guys on there, and now they're gone. These aren't actually holes. That's just more of the threads for the threaded part that used to be there. While they are kind of weird looking, they don't actually go all the way through, so we won't have a leaking problem. They just look a bit odd. I've got some aluminum pipes here, and I'm thinking maybe we can get some ideas going with the exhaust manifolds. I have had the engine in and out more than a few times during the course of filming this video. And that's okay, it's just the way it has to be because I gotta test fit these parts and see what's gonna fit and how it works. Let me show you what I'm thinking on this exhaust manifold setup. So I'm gonna use a pipe like this for very short runners. And...
Hello!
Ah, Jacob's here! Everybody say hi to Jacob!
Hi guys. Thanks for Thanks for all the kind words in that other video. I should have responded to all 120 of those comments, but I was like, oh, they'll think I'm weird if I do that.
Since Jacob is here, I can show him what I'm thinking for this exhaust. So we're going to take this pipe and do really short runners from each runner, like maybe that long. And then it'll come into a log that goes back. Then we're going to take that log, shove another pipe over it, weld it together, and there we have a water jacketed pipe. And then I know you guys are going to be like, well, all the individual runners will need weld around them and stuff. It's okay. I have a plan. Just we'll sort that out when we get to it. A nice thing about doing it this way is the log manifold will be able to be integrated into the motor plate in a way that it supports more weight for in the future when we have turbos back here. So the weight of the turbo will be supported by the engine mounting plate instead of the exhaust manifold, so that it will be more stronger.
Oh, that's a good idea, man. So he's going to be able to have the big old log that's all water jacketed in here on this thing, and he'd be able to like brace it up against these so it's not going to like shake itself to pieces. And it seems like actually is going to be pretty durable.
This is not the pipe we're going to use for water jacketing. We don't want like 1/2 inch of water jacket all the way around.
This is like runner size, right? And then are you doing log, let's like runner size, or are you going to do, is the log bigger than the runner?
Probably a little bit bigger, I would imagine.
That seems like what everybody else does.
I'm going to kind of look at some other like manifold designs and see what they do as far as going from the runners to the main log of the manifold.
Okay, what size NOS bottles do you want to see on this? Where do you want to see them? What would be the coolest?
I was thinking maybe we could do some pipes that stick out like this. And just, if we keep the mounting like this, the engine nice and high, better center of gravity, and easier to put pipes coming out the footwells.
It makes it sound like he thinks that my NOS thing is as dumb as sticking the pipes straight out the side. And I'm like, no, the NOS thing is legit. That's cool. He should actually do that. His out there idea is out there and it's not that great, but my idea with the NOS is cool.
If we move the engine up to here, we could do that. They could come out here. There's nothing especially important here. We could just have them coming straight out the side.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Straight piping it out the top. So
we can just
slapping the engine in the front and just going.
We could either like have them come like straight up like those crazy whatever you call them, or we could have them come out to like a log and then run that back along the side outside of the footwell area.
Interesting. Yeah.
I have more parts coming for my gearbox setup, like more gears and bearings and whatnot, and I'm getting some aluminum plate as well. Ooh, should I say that? Aluminum plate? Yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna worry about it. The way I see it, I need to get my gearbox done before I can go ahead and mount the engine into the jet ski. So once the gearbox is done, we can mount engine. Once we can mount the engine, we can build the exhaust. Once we do the exhaust, we can run electrical, plumbing, and drop the fuel tank in. And also, there's a fun thing that we can do, which is we can
think about NOS. Another NOS idea here. Okay, you guys know the energy drink NOS that looks exactly like nitrous oxide for your car? Dude, we can get like a 6-pack of those little, you just drink them, stick them in the front, open it up. It looks totally like you're all decked out with like a bunch of little NOS tanks. Actually, tell me this, because I want to know, because I thought this was interesting. So what looks cooler? Like fewer gigantic NOS bottles, or like 100 like pop can size NOS bottles in your car or ski? I always like 3 of the gigantic ones. I think that looks cool, but like I was just thinking, man, if you had like 20 of the smallest ones that they make in your build, that would look pretty cool. I mean, NOS is for looks, and for YouTube, you can just fast forward your ski build so it looks like you got NOS on all the time. This is all, you know what I mean? You don't need to get the speed in real life to get it for YouTube. We can just lie to you and say that it makes it way faster. But when we, for show, opening up the hood and showing you all the NOS bottles, that's the part that really matters, right?
One thing that I have talked about very so slightly is how I don't want to run the power through the front crankshaft, because all it has is this one big bolt, and there is a small keyway to keep this from slipping. When you come to the back, which is where they run all the power out of, you have 6 bolts bolting to your flywheel or your flex plate, depending on what transmission you have, automatic or manual, and then that bolts to your transmission. So you've got a lot more bolts hooking it up to the power off of the back. And that's why I'm really not loving the idea of running the power off the front crankshaft.
Yeah, well, you know, if somebody in the world has done it and knows it, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not opinionated because I haven't thought about it ever at all.
And I think some guys have said we could run like a belt drive off of the front crankshaft pulley, and that's probably true. I think they were talking about like air or fan boats, and I kind of looked at that briefly, but that uses a belt drive system, and then that goes to a propeller that goes through the air. So there's infinitely more slippage on a belt drive system and when you're chopping air as opposed to water.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So we're not going to be seeing as much torque load as if we were like a car with, you know, sticky drag tires on the drag strip, because we're chopping water, which has a bit more give than a sticky drag tire on asphalt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we are going to have a very strong setup, though. Realistically, it should hold quite a bit of power. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't know until we try it. But we're really hopeful that it turns out good. And I think these valve covers, they look shaved. They don't look amazing, but they kind of are a little more clean looking-ish.
He's just going to polish it up. It's going to look beautiful.
I'm going to put it in my rock tumbler that I got in the 3rd grade.
Now that might work if the rock tumbler was big enough. Put some gems next to it. Oh.
All right. What if I got like some gems and like glued them in these little holes?
That's what I'm saying, man.
You can buy like lab built gems on the internet pretty cheap.
This will look like a solid silver valve cover when it's all polished up. And just think of like beautiful gems on silver. It would look like a king's crown.
Oh man, these 862 heads deserve it too. Everybody knows the 862 heads are the top of the line LS heads. Yeah. These are the king of the LS world.
Yeah, that's what the guys with the LS7s are trading their heads out for, right? I mean, I don't know. Josh just mentioned this. I know nothing about it.
I know there's some keyboard commando typing right now. 862 heads are the smallest ones.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm assuming that like the 4-point great heads are like the most common ones that you can get, and obviously the most desirable thing is the most common thing, right? I don't know.
Absolutely. I haven't done this yet.
Is that where that actually goes?
I'm just seeing how close it is to the exact diameter of that. Well, basically it'll be like this right here is going to poke into there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the flange will be welded like kind of like that. And then I'll need kind of like a sleeve or whatever to make this the perfect size for that, so it'll all have a lot of good stability.
Sounds amazing.
I mean, it will already have good stability because it'll have a bearing here, and then it'll be bolted here, which is a whole nother like bearing rack in the entire engine. But I didn't want to put any torsional loads on the engine itself, so that's why it's going to be fully bearing. The box will be fully load bearing in and of itself.
Somebody in the keyboard section is going to tell you that you have to have that thing made on a CNC machine, and your bearing clearances for the gear mesh has got to be perfect within 2 rays of light and all that.
I like that. The keyboard section.
Yeah, I just thought of it.
Like we've been saying with this build so far, vote with your views and make sure to watch this dang video all the way through. And this is at the end of the video, so I don't know. But if you haven't seen the rest of the V8 jet ski videos, make sure to check those out. Watch the entire playlist because those are some good videos. Check out some of our other builds because we have some other cool stuff as well.